Ethan Hale never believed in destiny. He believed in routine. Every morning began the same way, coffee without sugar, curtains half open, and the quiet hum of a life that had stopped changing years ago. The world moved forward, but Ethan remained suspended somewhere between memory and exhaustion. Until the letter arrived. It waited on the floor of his apartment hallway. No stamp. No return address. Just his name written in careful handwriting he felt certain he had seen before. Inside was a single photograph. A lighthouse standing alone on a cliff, swallowed by fog. On the back, 3 words. You promised to return. Ethan frowned. He had never seen that place before, yet something deep inside him reacted, not recognition exactly, but discomfort. Like remembering a dream you wished you hadn't had. That night, sleep refused to come. The sound of waves echoed in his mind despite living hundreds of kilometers from the sea. And just before dawn, he heard something impossible. A distant foghorn. 2 days later, Ethan found himself driving along a coastal road he didn't remember deciding to take. The town appeared suddenly, Greyhaven. Small houses leaned toward the ocean wind, paint faded by years of storms. The streets were nearly empty, and the few people he passed watched him with quiet recognition. Not curiosity. Recognition. At the diner, the waitress froze when she saw him. You came back, she whispered. Ethan laughed nervously. I think you've got the wrong person. But she only shook her head slowly. No, she said. The lighthouse always brings people back. Outside, fog rolled in unnaturally fast, swallowing the horizon. And far above the cliffs, the lighthouse beam turned once, then stopped directly on him. The lighthouse door wasn't locked. Inside smelled of salt and old paper. Dust floated through the air, disturbed as if someone had recently walked through. On a wooden table lay a journal. The handwriting matched the letter. Entry after entry described loneliness, sleepless nights, and a growing certainty that the lighthouse was alive. One line froze Ethan completely. He doesn't remember yet. But he always comes back. A sudden memory flashed. Waves crashing, shouting voices, falling darkness. Ethan staggered back. At the top of the spiral stairs, footsteps echoed. Slow. Measured. Waiting. Storm clouds gathered without warning. Lightning illuminated the sea, revealing something impossible, shapes moving beneath the water, circling the cliff like shadows searching for an entrance. The journal's final pages told the truth. Years ago, a shipwreck occurred during a violent storm. The lighthouse keeper had failed to light the beacon in time. Dozens died. Since then, the lighthouse replayed the night again and again, trapping whoever carried the guilt. Ethan's breath trembled. He remembered now. He had been there. Not as a visitor. As the keeper. And he had left his post. The lantern room glowed faintly even without power. Wind screamed through broken glass as the mechanism slowly began turning on its own. Outside, the sea rose unnaturally high. Voices filled the air, whispers layered over waves. Not angry. Waiting. The journal lay open to a final unfinished sentence. Only one can keep the light burning. Ethan understood. The lighthouse didn't punish. It replaced. Someone had taken his place once, and now it was his turn again. The beam ignited. Warm light flooded the darkness. And the whispers faded. Morning arrived calm and impossibly quiet. The storm was gone. Fishing boats moved peacefully across the horizon as if nothing had happened. Down in Greyhaven, life continued normally. But at the lighthouse window stood a figure watching the sea. Ethan no longer felt tired. Or afraid. Just aware. Every passing ship felt important. Every cloud mattered. And sometimes, late at night, he heard footsteps below, another visitor climbing the hill through the fog. Someone carrying a letter. Someone who didn't remember yet. The light turned slowly across the ocean. Waiting.